Hi to all. Today we are going to discuss about an important topic of difference between REST and SOAP integration service now. So this question should be arise with each and every interview questions. So we should thoroughly learn this question. If we learn the question with the patience, with confident level, we can crack the interview very well, because this question is very important. That much importance is there. The question is difference between the REST and SOAP integration. So we'll go to the overview. REST API, SOAP API. API is the application programming interface. The interface between the two systems, two applications. Full form of the REST API is the representational state transfer. For SOAP is the simple object access protocol. So we'll come into the REST API, representational state transfer. It is not a protocol. It is an architecture style that uses HTTP methods like get, post, put, delete to work with the resources on the web browser. But in the SOAP, coming to the SOAP API or SOAP integration, it is a protocol. But REST is not a protocol, but SOAP is a protocol. It follows strict rules, always uses XML for sending and receiving data. The next question is, next point is a data format. Data format means JSON like lightweight text format. What's the format it will be? But SOAP is a XML. JSON means simple key value structure, small in size, easy for browser and mobile applications. JSON abbreviation is a JavaScript object notation, but XML is a extensible markup language. It is a heavy, but JSON is a lightweight. JSON is a key value structure, small in size, easy for browsers and mobile applications. But XML uses the opening and closing tags, large in size, more strict and formal. Here one important point is the REST can use XML, but JSON is preferred language. For in REST APIs, we can use XML, but should we prefer the JSON? But so we should use XML only. In coming to the speed feature, REST APIs are fast as compared to the SOAP integration, because JSON is a small size, faster, network transfer, but SOAP uses XML inside a SOAP envelope, extra header, body. That's why it is more processing. That's why it's slow. Next feature is simplicity. Simplicity. It's a very easy as compared to the SOAP. SOAP is a complex, because REST just use URLs, HTTP method plus JSON. It has don't use of strict rules. But in case of SOAP, must follow the WSDL, because WSDL means Web Service Description Language. That's why it contract file that defines the what methods data structures are allowed. Needs SOAP envelope structure. That's why it's very complex. Next, security. For REST APIs, we will use tokens, OAuth, basic authorization, JWT. For SOAP APIs, we can use WS security, XML, and encryption, digital signatures. Means basic authorization. Basic authorization means security. Basic authorization means username, password in headers. OAuth 2.0, used in Google logins, Facebook APIs. Example is JWT, JSON Web Token. What's the JWT means? JSON Web Token, compared encrypted user information. Coming to the SOAP security, using WS security. WS security. Web Service Description Language, WS security. Standard SOAP message encryption can include digital certificates, signatures, timestamps, encryption in XML body. So it's very secure. Best example is for security means we can use in the banking projects and government projects and some telecommunications projects. We can use SOAP APIs. Next feature is best for. So REST APIs are REST integrations best for the mobile applications, web applications, modern tools. But SOAP applications are the legacy systems, world banking, or telecommunication projects because it's more secure, more complicated, and very slow. Because of the security point of view, we can using for the banking projects, mostly government projects for SOAP integrations. And coming to the REST, it's easy, very easy to integrations with Android, iOS, React, Angular, ServiceNow, Salesforce, etc. So it's best suitable for these applications. Coming to the SOAP applications, SOAP integrations, used in world systems where security contract-based communication is needed. So it should be used for the government projects, banking projects, because of more security. Examples in real life. Examples of WhatsApp message. REST is a best example for the WhatsApp message. But SOAP is uh, in olden days or in some days we are using the register post with envelope stamp signature like that. Example I'm telling. So next point is supported methods. What methods will support REST APIs or REST integrations? What methods will support SOAP integrations? For REST APIs or REST integration, get method, post method, put, patch, delete methods will support. But for the SOAP integrations, only post method only support. Because I will explain for REST APIs, REST integration, get means read data, fetch incidents. Read data means fetch the incident details. Post means create the data. Send payload or put or patch means update the data. Delete means remove the data. But in SOAP uses only HTTP post and the type of operation is defined as inside the XML body using SOAP action. That's why it only accept the post method only. For ServiceNow outbound integrations. REST message, REST APIs Explorer. For SOAP message only it will use. It means if we give endpoint in case of REST API, ServiceNow outbound integration, if we give in endpoint URL, HTTP method, headers, JSON body, we can test using REST API Explorer. In case of SOAP message, we must use upload or reference a web service description language, I mean WSDL file. ServiceNow auto generates operations from it. Then WSDL describes URL methods data types. In case of ServiceNow inbound integration for REST APIs or REST integration, scripted REST APIs, table APIs we can use. For in case of SOAP integration, scripted SOAP APIs, default SOAP WSDL based we can use. Mean table API means for the REST API, it's ready to use. Scripted REST API, we can create custom endpoint, custom logic. For SOAP inbound integration, in case ServiceNow auto generates SOAP WSDL for each table, or we can write scripted SOAP web services manually. So client downloads WSDL and sends request to SOAP XML format. Next, authentication options or authentication methods. REST uses basic authentication, OAuth authentication 2.0, JWT, API keys, but SOAP API is using basic authentication, WS security. In this WS security, username token certificates. Basic authentication means username, password in base 64 encoding. Authentication to open authorization is open using the Google, LinkedIn, etc. Token instead of passwords. JWT means JSON web token, encrypted token, passed in header like authorization token. WS security means web services security. SOAP only security standard includes authentication, encryption, digital signatures. Next feature is the data format. Data format, JSON, REST API. For SOAP, XML. Next feature is the error format. Here JSON error responses easy to read or debug. But SOAP API using XML fault codes because XML itself hard to parse debug. Next feature, development time. For REST API, development time is a fast, easy to build test. But in case of SOAP, it's very slow. Strict rules because it uses protocol. XML overhead because XML file having the overweight. That's why it's very slow. Low processing. I will explain more regarding development time. Why it's fast? Because it's REST need URL, HTTP method, JSON. That's enough. It's done. But in SOAP, create overload, web service description language, define methods, data types, XML structures. Use SOAP specific tools in the protocol because SOAP UI, WSDL importer. So setup and development take more time. So it's very slow. But in case of REST APIs, it's very easy. These protocols not required for the REST APIs. Next, payload size. Versioning. Versioning is a easy API version to new endpoint. But SOAP API, it's hard. Versioning is a hard. Must be updated, shared. Payload size. Payload size is small because it's using JSON. It's a very low memory, low weight. But it's in case of SOAP integration, it's large because it's consuming large data because of the XML file. It having the envelope, header, body, tags, heavy and slow. That's why. Attachment handling. Attachment handling for REST integration is simple using multi-part form data. But in case of SOAP integration, it's very complex. Its attachments more. In case of versioning of the REST APIs, REST version change the URL. That's enough. But in SOAP, if one field changes in schema, entire WSDL file must be regenerated, and reshared. That's why its versioning is hard. Next, caching support. It support caching REST APIs, but in SOAP APIs, no default caching is there because REST uses HTTP features like cache control, e-tag, last modified. So it improves the speed. Caching is more. But in case of SOAP integration, it always uses post request and dynamic XML. So it cannot be cached easily. Error handling in ServiceNow. Performance. Responses get status code, response get body. Because of less load. And ServiceNow table access is here. API now table APIs. But in case of SOAP APIs, ServiceNow SOAP WSDL are for instance. Next point, next feature, learning difficulty. Because it's very easy, beginner friendly. Because it's using simple URLs, simple HTTP methods. HTTP methods means get, post, put, delete. And JSON format we are using. Easy to understand. No contact files because WSDL is using the contact files. It's very difficult. In case of SOAP, it's very hard because it's using WSDL, XML, schema knowledge. It requires schema knowledge. So its understanding is very difficult. So testing tools, it's testing possible directly, but SOAP integration, it's not possible. It's need SOAP UI advanced tools because SOAP requires XML envelope, SOAP action header, and browser cannot generate and automatically. Flexibility, highly flexible for REST integration, but it's not that much flexible for SOAP integration because it's using strong typed contracts. It's using WSDL contracts. In case of REST API, version change is easy. But in case of SOAP API, SOAP integrations, version change is difficult because it's using complicated language, XML formats. That's why it's not easy to changing the versions. Performance impact. Performance is REST API very faster as compared to the SOAP integrations. SOAP integration is slower because of processing. Processing means why it's processing more? Because of the XML format, XML files. So overall, we can conclude as use cases means for REST APIs, it's best for mobile applications, web applications, ServiceNow, Salesforce, microservices. In case of SOAP integrations, it's best for the banking projects, telecommunications projects, government, and legacy systems. For case of high security reasons, we should go for the SOAP integrations. For mobile applications, Salesforce, ServiceNow, other microservices, other web applications, we can go by REST integrations. Examples, Instagram, WhatsApp, ServiceNow integrations. In case of SOAP integrations, examples, banking, ATM transfers, telecommunications, recharge, API. Because it's while recharging, it's take more time. Best example for SOAP integrations. Real life scenario, WhatsApp is the REST integrations. In case of SOAP integration, real life scenario is ATMs, ATM transfers, and mobile recharges, banking transfers. That's why, because it's using more XML formats, more complicated protocols. But security reasons, we should go for the SOAP. Mostly in ServiceNow banking projects, we using SOAP integrations. Remaining, other than banking telecommunication projects, we can use REST integrations. So this is a difference between REST integration and SOAP integration. It's a very important topic. Every interviewer will ask this question. So I go to the depth level. And thank you for watching. If you like, you need further updates, please subscribe my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is the ServiceNow Learn Easy by Praveen Amineni. Thank you for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks to all. All the best, guys.